Hello everybody and welcome back to Dishonored 2. I'm Violet and today we're going to be going to the Dust District, which is probably the place where I am going to die. So that's pretty exciting. I am quite scared. Because this mission is going to be so hectic, I'm going to try to explain what we're doing here so I don't have to go through it while we're there. So we're trying to get into this building, which is Aramis Stilton's house. But unfortunately it has a lock on the door. It's a fancy lock. It's actually not very good and I know how to break through it. And if you can break through it, you solve a puzzle and then you can skip the entire level. You don't have to go to the Dust District basically at all. It's a really cool mechanic to have an optional level in a game, but I'm not going to do that obviously because, you know, we're not just here to survive the game, we're here to play Dishonored 2 a lot, really thoroughly. So we're going to go ahead and play the Dust District, which means we're going to have to get the code another way. There's these two gang leaders, Paolo and Vice Overseer Byrne. Both of them can help you get the code to this door if you help them out by kidnapping or killing their rival. They don't like each other, so we get the Overseer and bring him to Paolo. Paolo will give us the code, and vice versa. You can effectively switch off half of the level by making one of these gangs your friends, just by capturing their enemy leader and bringing them to them, which is another really cool thing that again we will not do because I want to play the whole level, so I don't want to switch off half of it. So we're going to actually be kidnapping both of these two without getting either of their help and then stealing the combination from a locked room. Is that everything I need to explain? Yeah, I think that's about it. Cool. Take one last look at the gorgeous view. It's daytime again. It's a nice one, this one. Just a pretty clear, standard kind of Karnaka day. It's the last nice thing we'll see. And we're actually on a timer, basically immediately, or at least, I don't know when the timer starts, so I'm just going to start running, which is a common theme in this level. There's some guards I want to get close to. There's the Dust District. Oh, okay, and then stop running about here. Crouch. Thank you, Emily. Now, I could actually die here, because I've kind of forgotten how this encounter... He's already turned around. See? Oh, that's already weird. Oh, I don't like that. I ran as fast as I could, but he was already turned around. Oh, no. Okay. Stuff going a bit different to how I'm expecting it is not my favorite thing in this game. Oh, no. Okay, so here we pull out our stinging bolts. I'm just going to lean around this corner. Now, we're looking for this hat. Just watch for him. He's going to turn around in a moment. And last mission, we actually purchased an upgrade. That means while we are zooming, we have perfect aim. So, go. Please walk past me. Thank you. See, we went through a tiny gap. Now we're still on a timer. We have to get over to him and do this before the dust storm hits. So this level has a thing called dust storms. Hide this body, very important. Which dust storms happen every now and again. Some of them seem scripted, others less so. And they obscure vision, which is helpful for us. Did I? No, I didn't press it. What? Oh, this is how I die, isn't it? Can I get up here? I can still make this. It's alright. I got confused because I couldn't tell if I'd pulled the lever or not. I'm gonna wait for the guard I sent away to come back. Just in case. Should be fine. Oh, I don't like all the things that are already going wrong. This is such a dangerous level. I spent so much time practicing it. A concern I have is that he's gone so far down the stairs that he's actually stopped moving. Like, if guards get too far away, sometimes they just stop. Is he coming? Because if I just jump down here, he's probably going to see me. Wait, actually, I could go to the ledge, because I don't think they can see past this ledge. Wait. No, that's it. Well, that was really quick. That was a quick end. How did I know this encounter would be what got me? Oh, this is so embarrassing. Whoa! What? Alright, look, at least that was cool, is what I will say. Anyway, at least I have a cool way to blow myself up, I guess. Okay, this is me pointing at the stands, which is a reference I don't actually get because I don't know about sports, but I'm pointing at the stands and I'm saying, this one's the run, okay? We had 2 trials. 3rd run, we're gonna do it. We're done dying. Alright, thinking what I'm going to do this time is be patient. Just a little bit remotely patient. Going back, that's kind of good, I suppose. He's there, that's good too. I'll pull this up, I'm going to try not to fire it. Or I could be really impatient. Yeah, that could work too. Okay, so in summary, I've learned nothing. Time to sneak up and do the final part of this. Wait for her to stop moving completely. Right there, and then top of the head. Instant takedown. Should give me plenty of time to get in here.
Now to activate it and sever Ashworth's connection to the void.
I'm hearing running footsteps, which I don't like, but I'll press this button and it'll all be fine. So I'm here, I've just finished the conservatory, I'm just trying to leave now, and this trick with this guard who investigates the door, he came to investigate the door, but then he didn't come all the way through the hallway, just went around back again, and now he's not responding to the door at all, so I'm going to have to resort to something else. I'm going to have to improvise, which is not what I like. So my plan now is to go grab a body. I'm gonna go find an unconscious witch and put her down in the doorway with a stun mine on top and just pray to the Lord. We're gonna open this door. We're gonna place her about here. We're gonna place this right next to her. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here and see what happens. Come on. I know she's low to the ground, but come on. Had to make a risky move here. Seems like I do. What's that? Okay, I'm not gonna fuck this up. It's gonna be fine. Here we are. Let's try this again. Walking away? Fine. That's normal. I've realized that's normal now. Sometimes you get a little bit seen by this guy on the right. Didn't happen. Good omen. Deep breaths. Turn around. Wait for dust out of my ears. You can see it's a very small gap we're going to be firing through. I think that's cool that you can get through that. Grand Palace. That's inside. Hands around. All apples and slippers. Leg. Do this right, okay? The trick is we're going to notice when the windmill lever goes down. That was our flaw last time. We've got a fair while before that guy comes back, so I'm not fussed, okay? My one thing is I'm a bit scared of sprinting up here, but I think I have to. Now, press F and the lever comes down. Now we have the cloak of the smoke, which isn't smoke, it's dust. Just crawl down here and see, that's how this is supposed to go. Get inside this little triangular area, and we're going to be waiting in here for a while. Okay, wait, see?
I'll have a look over there.
We gotta pay attention to who is suspicious right now.
Probably nothing, but I'll be right back.
These two are the main problems.
I wonder what I'm dealing with.
So I should explain better. So we just turn the wall of light off, and that causes some of the guards to get suspicious and start looking around. We don't want that. We have to come back through here. We don't have to come back through here, but because of the way I'm gonna do things in another mission, we do have to come back through here. So I need to make sure these guards that they're not still suspicious when we come back. Okay, which means I have to let them all be suspicious right now, and then get that out of their systems, so they're behaving consistently when we're coming back through, which is a much more vulnerable trip than going through the front way. Okay? I don't understand these guards. I swear, they do a different thing every single time. One time I just left my computer running here for a while, staring at the sky, and when I came back, none of them had noticed that the wall of light was down. And they only noticed when I got back. It's baffling. He leans up against this block. There he is. Oh, he's back in position. That's good. That looks great. Maybe I'll give this guy one more patrol just to see if he notices the wall of light, and then we're going to go through. I'm going to go. Unless this guy's moved. No, we're good. Okay, slip through here. That was why we turned the windmill off, was that wall of light there. You can get around it, but it's finicky, and then coming back through is a nightmare without the wall of light being down. You have to drop down, and it's a guy who could be looking right at you. Okay, now up here is Megan, waiting for us. we're going to listen to her briefing. I believe that it sets up the dust storms in a way that I like. So we're going to watch this whole thing.
I've been doing reconnaissance. Talking to people.
Alright, end of cutscene, which means we are now on a timer. Time to sprint. There's the Jindosh lock. We're going to come back to that. Why do I always go through here? It's way fiddlier than going through the door. Is it because I want this? I don't know. I don't really want that. Let's go! Because there's a dust storm coming soon. I need to take the one dust storm I think I'm actually trying to catch. Get some money. Make sure I'm crouched. So this is Howler territory here. And it's a bit of a nightmare to sneak through unless no one can see anything. It's actually not that bad to sneak through. I used to have a non-dust storm plan for this, but... Now be a bit careful here because there's a guard ahead of us who's going to be facing us. There he is, but he's not going to see me because of dust. Whew! Alright, that's fine. Dust storm clears up. They can be useful dust storms, but they are also dangerous because they cause guards to move out of their usual positions and patrols. They have like separate dust patrols, which can sometimes trip you up. The next dust storm that's going to happen is actually a dangerous one, which we're going to want to try to avoid by waiting it out in a safe location. That's not for a while though, so right now we're waiting for that guard who is in front of us to stand there. You can just see his little head. And he's going to move back towards us again later. And then we're going to sneak up behind him and get him. I used to have a...
part of me that doesn't ache.
You can definitely get through this little section right here without touching either this guard or the other guard who's next to him. But it's a little dangerous because the timing works out. If you don't slip by him early enough, he sees you turning around. But if you go too late, maybe that's the other way around. Yeah, but the point is you have to get it just right. And I couldn't figure out a consistent way to time it, so I'm just going to knock out both these guards. And it's going to make our lives just easier in general, which this is the Dust District, so I'm not against that. So we don't want to just trace his movements without letting him see us. We've got plenty of time, really, to get behind him. Gosh, I am shaking right now. What the heck? Oh, this is awful. I have been thinking, you know, I really, really enjoy planning these permadeath runs, but I have noticed that playing them and recording them, it's a different kind of fun. It's not as fun. It's tense. It's a tense experience. But I'm quite looking forward to finishing this run so I can go back to maybe like making a nice little, like a video series about just saving and loading bunch and like using magic and having a good time. Because that's most of my Dishonored 2 playthroughs. You know? It's not all this. Anyway, so I should explain that the Dust District is full of neutral territory and factional territory. So for instance, this is Howler where I'm standing right now, but past this barricade I am in neutral ground, which means people can see me. Like there's an overseer over here and I can just go say hi. Like he has no problem with me being here. If I try to get past him, that's an issue. So this is Mindy Blanchard's house and I don't have a key, so sorry Mindy. Gonna be doing a lot of mean stuff to Mindy's house. Which the fire's still on, which I find interesting. Does she still live here? Like 2 feet. Oh, sorry, I forgot something. It's important that we build a sleep grenade here. Does she? Yeah, she's still staying here when the Overseer's home base is literally over there. I don't know. Break this with a sword because I did it with crossbow bolts once and I broke a window and a dog woke up and that was it for me. So, now bottle. I'm just gonna. We're still allowed to be here, so nothing sus about this. Completely fine. Even this is okay. Now we crouch and we slide in quietly, because breaking in is illegal. These two civilians are bullshit. They're really good at spotting me, like, instantly, so I don't feel bad mechanically wise. Like, I don't feel like that was too cheap for them, because civilian detection is weird and doesn't work like regular guards. So, yeah. Mechanically, not feeling guilty about that. Narratively, feeling very guilty about that. I'm so sorry for both of these women. Get him. And this guard is the only one who's patrolling right now, so we're temporarily kind of safe standing in the middle of the square. It's not going to be the case for long. I'm actually going to go and activate these guards by looking at them. There you go. Once that conversation ends, they will start walking around. For now, I'm going to get up here. Now, this I have to explain. This is such a tricky little thing. The jump onto this window is awkward, and this guard looks to his left sometimes. I did this run like 8 times or something successfully before I noticed this. There it is. He can see you during that. So you gotta wait for it. Gosh. It's a strange window. I recommend jumping to your right before you jump up. Wait, no, I'm not meant to do this yet. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Oh crap. Oh fuck, I'm just gonna have to wait. Fuck, this is not my plan. Okay, sorry, I messed that up. I was talking, see? Shouldn't talk. We're waiting for this dust storm to happen. Oh, thank goodness. The dust storm, it's a problem for me because if I do it, if it comes at the wrong time, it can cause a guard who you can't see over there to... Fuck. He turns around, and if he notices an unconscious dog body there, he gets upset. That's a real problem. So we were actually waiting for this to happen. Usually I'm here earlier, so I have to wait longer. Clearly I've been slacking. Goodness. Okay, now we're alright. This was the dangerous dust storm. Now we should have an okay time. As long as I focus and shut up, maybe. Gosh, this is such a nightmare of a mission.
I'll never get into it.
So many little things that can go horribly, horribly wrong, but so this should be alright. This guy we need to take out next, and can you guess where he runs when you get him with a stinging bolt? When he's standing right there? Is it directly underneath this window? I like to wait for him to stop yelling. There. I'll stand just a bit further back in case that... I don't know if that helps with the masked guy just there, but I like to think it does. Bafflingly, the dog won't see me, even if it's facing me like it just was. So that's safe. And then we just get over here and wait for the old glance to the left. There it was. Sometimes I get worried there might be a second glance to the left, I'm not sure. Okay, that's those two. Lovely, lovely. Next thing is the dog. Where is the dog? Oh, we missed the window. Okay, we're gonna have to wait for a second. You want to hit the dog when it's coming through here, walking towards the left, and just as you can see its snout come through the doorway. That's when you want to get it, because that means it'll fall unconscious. The sleeping bolt will take effect when it's over there, behind the other guard. Just gonna wait for it. Should be a second. That should work. So it's gonna fall asleep over there, and as long as another dust storm doesn't happen, the guard who is standing behind that pillar will not turn around. So I have plenty of time to get over there and just pick up the dog and knock out the other guy, and it should all be fine. Whew. But you can see, like, so many things can go wrong here. There's even some rats over there who, there's enough of them in the little section they're in that they can eat bodies, including unconscious bodies. So it's not often that it happens, but one time it did happen, so now I'm actually going to put these unconscious people on top of some boxes when I get them. Okay, but apart from that, this area is now relatively safe. I'm quite glad that before this run I didn't actually have a good way of of neutralizing this area. I used to just sneak in through the back way and get up on the beams and whatever. So it's cool to have like a plan for that. It's the real, like, that's the fun of making this run, is just like figuring out all the little things I usually just try to avoid. It forces you to play differently when you're going permadeath and all the other restrictions, and that makes you find new solutions to things. Which is why we're here. Which is why we're playing the Dust District. Despite what it's doing to my heart. I'm gonna hang a bit of a right here because there's a guard at the desk inside the front office that can kinda see me. You might make a... Huh? No? Okay. Also, some people are going to get executed just to the right of us. We won't see it, but you're going to hear some gunshots. I'm sorry. We're not going to help them. Planning a permadeath run with no powers on the highest difficulty, where you, in a non-lethal ghost, where you, when you rescue all the people who get killed unjustly, would be one heck of a thing. Give me 10 years, I don't know. I mean, if you just got really, like, if you just had no sense of, like a lot of stun grenades could probably do it. Sorry. Okay. How's our timing? It looks bad. There's a guard in that little central area who moves around. We want to wait for him to walk away into that door he was just in. So this is basically the worst possible timing. Dust District I'm always scared of. There's some scary stuff in the, I think I've got the next mission okay, I say. Fingers crossed, it's been a minute. If I just do things in the right order. The Palace District, there's some glitches that can get in my way in a big way. Not a fan of the Palace District. So much can go wrong there. Ugh. I know I said I wasn't going to die, but like if I do die, it's probably the Palace District. And then of course, the Duke. I'm actually kind of excited for the Duke. Not going to lie. It's, I love that it's randomized. It's so exciting. I hope I don't get a boring one though. Anyway, so this guard's thing, he stands in the doorway, he walks out for a second, and then he turns around and walks back in. So that's when we go. Nice little place to watch him from behind this shiny ledge. There he goes, off we go. It's astonishing, once you get inside this building, there's almost no resistance if you know the way. Like, I guess it makes sense, you know, they guard the entrance and they just assume no one's gonna waltz in here. I like to stick close to the elevator here, because that guard and down that hallway can kinda see me if I step further towards him. I don't like getting kinda seen. Oh, here comes, so the Vice Overseer is just up ahead, and he's gonna have a long speech. He also might have a glitch. We'll see. Last time I practiced this, I got the glitch, and I was like, I knew it was real. It's manageable if we get it. Let's see. Here he is. Nope, we got the good stuff. Sometimes one of these praying guys who isn't facing us is just standing here facing my target, who is this guy. Just unhelpful to have eyes on him, because this guy will leave once they're done talking. Which takes a while, so I'm gonna go steal a painting. Oh, dust storm. That's fine. I'm also a huge fan of this room, because just like the shape of it, like it's sort of triangular, it angles inwards to a point, and then the light coming through the doorway kind of creates these lines that parallel the walls a little bit in the angles, and it just kind of... I really like looking at this room, which is good, because I spend a lot of time in it, watching these two talk. So he goes and closes the door. Gonna get a bit closer. I don't know why, but I always go for the headshot here, which is... Maybe it's because he's not wearing his hat, which is his regulation overseer hat, which does make him immune to headshots, so frankly he should be. But he's trying to be cool, I guess, and I want that to not pay off for him. Okay, so that's one of the most powerful people in the Dust District, kidnapped. Hopefully without killing anyone. Sometimes, whoa, you can never really assume anything in the Dust District, but feel good about it. Off we go. Alright. So we are currently carrying basically the Pope, right? No, that's rude. I shouldn't. We're not carrying the Pope. We're carrying the leader of this particular religious group, and that guy over there, he's not going to see me carrying his boss somehow, as long as I keep far enough away. Just don't mess this up. Whoop. You just drop down here. Whoop. Go. And then just slip around this way. So we're going to be taking them... I haven't explained this. There's an optional objective where you can send both Paolo and Vice Overseer Byrne away to a mine for like ages. And that's that you have to get in here. I don't have the key for this door yet. I'm not going to press F because I'm carrying this guy. I do not want to smash him against the glass. They'll make a noise. Goodness. This is locked, but we'll come back and we'll just seal them both into these coffin things. And it'll be nice. I'm going the wrong way. Once again, this is neutral territory. One time he did actually get suspicious of me for no reason, though, so I should get out of here. There's a bit of that in this area, actually, like people getting suspicious for no reason. Okay, a little bit of downtime for a second. I'm gonna rob this this civilian place. Remember, be sneaky going in. Because okay, A, money is nice, but also B, I'm a little worried that the overseers might suspect the two people who live here of helping me, because I used their apartment so much in this plan. So in order to make it look like they're not on my side, I like to rob the heck out of them. So I'm just going to steal everything that isn't nailed down. Just really make it look like someone came in and ransacked the place. But it is a genuinely very useful apartment, like, because you can cut through these windows. You just break the blinds. There's a pathway out to neutral territory. Which, if you have magic powers, would be like helpful in two directions, but with me, it's just the one. Okay. Yeah, feels good. Just get out here, and back to neutral. It's a really interesting level design. I love it. It's like a circle, basically, but there's lots of little... And there's neutral zones on either end, and then factions on either side, and you just... Okay, so here comes the next thing. We're going to pay this man, and then start running. Because at some point, a timer's going to start. I don't know when, and I'm just hoping to get there as soon as possible. We're going to break into the Bloodfly house. I've gone the wrong way here. Oh, dear. Well, we're not making the first... It doesn't matter. It's just my superstition. Oops. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Just go through here. This is a dangerous bit. This is very scary, actually. I'm not looking forward to this. I hope he cooperates. There's 2 nest keepers in this room. You can't see one yet. That guy on the left, he's good, because he does the same thing every single time. They buzz, but they'll calm down. The second nest keeper comes in through this hallway, or does he? He can stop at any point in his patrol. He can just decide what he's doing. I've seen him stop here. Sometimes he stops in that room. I don't know what he's gonna do. What's he doing today? Is he gonna stay in there? That's one of my least favorite things he can do. Looks like he's doing it. Cool, buddy. This guy has ended so many of my practice runs you would not believe. He ignores audio distractions sometimes. He's just a complete pillock, and so I do not feel remotely bad about headshotting him, but my reticle says I'm not aiming at him, so I'm gonna try to get a better angle here. You can get surprisingly far. Why am I not hitting him right now? Oh, that hits him. What? That's baffling. See, this just feels like I'm gonna hit the bloodfly nest, and then they're all gonna get angry, and then he'll see me somehow. Golly, this sucks. I hate this guy so much. Feels like I should be able to hit, like, his hand. What are these objects I'm seeing? I don't know. I have perfect aim. Okay.
I saw much evil.
Okay, that's alright. We can work with this. Drop down. I tried to find a non-cheap way of getting him. You can distract him by breaking these boards, sometimes, and then sneak up behind him, but the rules on... If you try to choke a nest keeper too close to their nests, the bloodflies will help them and they'll throw you off and see you. It's a whole thing. This room's a nightmare. So now we're waiting. The nice nest keeper walks backwards and forwards between the 2 doors on the right. Oh, there he goes. So I'm going to be screaming right now, but he can't hear me because it's just for us. That's just for the player to know they're getting hurt. So it's fine to be screaming. I'm going to heal. And the grenade will make him turn around and go backwards, which means he will not see me sneak out through the window. And that is Bloodfly House. That went better than it could have. The bad nest keeper tried to stop us, but we made it through, and now we're up the top floor of Paolo's place, the Crone's Hand. Okay. That was the scariest part of this mission. The nest keeper is what I usually would expect to kill me. But now we just get to rob Paolo's room, which is nice because he has a lot of money in here. There's like 2 paintings, which is 400, plus 2 runes, which is another 400, plus the 50 from the map. There's even like a wallet in here, I think. It's incredible. Okay. Wallets, health, which I need now, and some runes. Now, after I watch this outside of cutscene, I have to put a stun mine down, and it's embarrassing how often I forget to do that. So, remind me, yeah? Oh my goodness. Okay. My hands are shaking. Hey, outside. Yeah, okay. It's gonna be fine. We're doing really well. Put this down on top of it, because as we all know, if you hurt Paolo, he disappears and reappears in his room next to this shrine, so put a stun mine down and it just gets him. We're not gonna do that just yet. We have to get a code for the door. Get the code for the Jindosh lock, because I'm pretending that I don't know how to solve it. So we're gonna go and steal that. We've got the key to a locked room, but here's the tricky part. That room can be pretty guarded. Right now it's not, though, because we haven't started not a cutscene. Outside in the courtyard, Paolo is gonna have a conversation with a woman named Tivoli, and once that conversation starts, people start moving around and coming up to the 2nd floor balcony, which I do not want. This is fantastic timing, by the way. Sometimes he takes a while. So that's great. The conversation will only start if I get to that far side of the room, so I'm going to try to take out this guy without getting too close to him. That's the big thing. Because going over to him triggers the conversation, which I don't want to do too early. I want time. So he turns around, and one thing that can go wrong right now is not being able to choke out his sleeping friend, but we got the purpose. I find it's good to stand near her head and a little bit further back than you'd expect. Go. Sometimes people are awkward to grab in this game. One last stun mine about there. He's going to notice that she's gone, and he'll run forwards, and that's when we'll get him with the stun mine. It's a bit cheap, I know, but it works. And in the Dust District, what works, we do. But I'm now out of stun mines, so that's cool. If anything goes wrong, my usual go-to is no longer available. Give me that. I feel like the second half of the game has a lot of moving through damage and getting hurt. So health potions are surprisingly good right now. I like having them. What the? Now, what shall I do? I guess I'll take him away. I'll hide him. Don't think I need to. Might actually make it worse for me, because once I hurt Paolo, people are going to start searching the building, and I like the idea that I can slow them down in some way. So maybe having an unconscious body there would like make them look around here. I genuinely don't know. I'm gonna climb through this window and the conversation will start. There you go. Go through here. We have to get the key from the overseer's office to, there's the code, and this is the key to our little sending the gang leaders away room. Right back out here. Don't trust the window again. Go through the door. I've gotten caught on the window before. And now we just have to get upstairs as quickly as possible without making anyone hear us. So I tend to crouch walk. I like to close this door too, because if anyone's chasing me, they're going to have to use that. Well, they likely will. And
We'd be happy to up our hands.
There's a way to satisfy.
I really hope I have hardened bolts right now.
First, in this district, then across the.
That sounds like it worked. See, I didn't kill him, by the way. He has to die twice before it actually counts, so he just teleported up here and got hit by my stun mine. We gotta get out of here, but there's this frustratingly long hand animation where this creepy hand attacks us. Granny rags. And now we can actually leave. Usually people don't make it up here in time, which I guess they don't know where he goes, so they probably wouldn't run to the top of the building. Okay, here we go. Now this jump looks horrifying and feels even worse. That's right. You don't want to stand up because they might hear you moving, but crouching works somehow. Emily's really, really strong. She can pick up her whole body weight with one hand on a tiny piece of wood with her fingertips. Okay, we are almost done, folks. Whoops, Daisy, just slide it. If you just hold against this wall, you won't fall too fast, which means Paolo... Oh goodness, okay. Almost got jammed inside a wall there. Humorously, because the overseers don't like the Howlers, I can stand right in front of this guy. It doesn't matter. If anything, he'll just invite me to have, like, lunch with him, and then he'll notice his boss has gone missing. Hope he doesn't do that. Actually, the dust storm, it should be fine. It's probably fine. It's fine. That's what I say before I die, isn't it? Oh, goodness. So we seal Paolo up in there. I'm just gonna hop along over here and grab this guy before anyone notices him. Just close that. So no one should see me. Once he's in the box, we're good. Well, almost good. Great.
I hope 5 years away gives you time to think while the city rebuilds itself without your little war.
One last time through Mindy's house. Now, we're gonna do a bit of shopping before we finish.
Careful with that sword. The Grand Guard won't like it.
But first there's some Howlers inside the shop, so we have to wait for them to leave. Just trigger the conversation by hopping up and down. And then we're gonna go talk to this guy who we paid earlier, because he's delightful.
Grand Guard are a bunch of shitbirds too. Shitbirds all the way to the top.
Fantastic. I think the Howlers should be leaving about now. Yep. I'll just slip around them. There is one last thing I'm half worried about. So we're not quite out of the woods, but we are mostly out of the woods. Okay. Heal up? No, can't. Okay. So, shopping. This is another shopkeeper who's being hassled by the Howlers, by the way. So
This is what I have.
let's stock up on supplies, because this whole next mission we got to get through on just what we're carrying. So just give me everything. Da-da-da. Yes, all the stun mines, grenades, obviously. Don't need a map because I know my way around. I don't need a rewire tool because that's not what I'm planning.
Ask who you work for.
Now,
Serve all sides.
we've got, what is it, almost $7,000, and we don't need that much. And I think if this game has any kind of moral, it's what Emily, the character, has learned after going from an empress to sneaking around on the streets and seeing a lot of poverty, is that it's bad to hoard money. So we're just gonna blow as much money as we can, giving it to this shopkeeper who is in a bit of a rough situation. I'm specifically gonna buy upgrades that can't possibly make me more lethal. So, for instance, pistol accuracy, as long as I'm not aiming it at a person, shouldn't be a problem. Don't want impact grenades, because that's scary. Don't make spring razors bigger. I'm not getting instant sleep dart. I've been avoiding that all playthrough because I just think it's too easy, and I stick with that. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna get like, I'll get more bone charm slots. We haven't been using bone charms either because I think that, well, I mean they're randomized, so they would be bad for my run. They'd make me less consistent. Goodness, am I still 1,500 up? You know, we do have to buy a lot of stuff in the game still, so I'll leave it at that, but I wanted to make it less boring to be, like, I wanted to give myself a reason to steal more stuff, and I wanted to, you know, I just like the idea of helping out that shopkeeper. Okay, one last thing in this mission. One time, I did this whole mission in practice, and then I came out here, and a howler, for some reason, like, all the other howlers were fine with me, but I was standing in front of them, and one of them just looked at me and went, "Hey!" And then they all went alert, and I'd been seen 8 times, and I was like, why? He looked like that guy. I don't know if it was that guy, but he has that character model. And I'm just trying to avoid that happening again, so every time I do this now, could be that guy. I don't know. Oh, a dust storm. Perfect, yes. Oh, and this is a buggy chain sometimes. Oh no. Okay, so the chain's not cooperating. I want to catch this chain. Just gonna stroll through. I'm allowed to be here, so this is silly of me, but... Woo! Alright, okay, folks. We did it. We made it. I mean, I'll go grab this rune that I ignored at the start of the mission. It's probably having you all in a fit. Oh, goodness. Okay. And now we get to walk into the Jindosh lock, which... It has a riddle. You can solve the riddle to get through the door without playing the mission, which is a really cool detail. And then you can also, there's a trick to it. Like, it's random every time, but you can kind of figure out, you can do it. You can just cheat. But I think it's kind of perfect for Jindosh because if you think about it, like, you can solve that riddle. It's not that, you know, it's hard, but it's not impossible. Whereas it'd be much harder to solve, I think, like a 3-digit combination lock, like every single safe in the game. Like, that's way harder to solve. So it looks fancy and intellectual, but it's actually worse, and that is like the Jindosh guarantee. So I think that's very good, actually. And it's a cool part of the level. So like this thing's perfect. I love it. Finch had snuff. Nazio had the bird pendant. I usually do this the other way around, so this is kind of strange. Ring for Conti, and Winslow had... I can't find their name. War Medal, right at the front. Woo! And that is the Dust District. Goodness.
It worked. The information was correct.
We made it. There's still many missions to go, and they're usually quite dangerous, but like I said, we're not going to die again. We're not going to die. Did someone die? No. Okay, good. Thank you very much for joining me on that odyssey of a mission, the Dust District. And I really hope you'll join me for the next mission, A Crack in the Slab, which, if you haven't seen it before, is a real showstopper of a thing. You don't want to miss that. And yeah, should be a fun time. See you then.